Hi guys. I was just making the weirdest face. But hi guys. So this is gonna be part 2 of the first episode of relationships, which is gonna be a new series I'm gonna have on my channel, that I'm gonna turn into a playlist. Um Basically what it is that I'm going to give you guys advice about relationships, what to do, what not to do, any questions you guys might have, things that you might wonder but not know for sure, get a girl opinion, and maybe even have a guy opinion about it one day. So it's really an interactive thing, but for now I'm gonna do the basics of what I think, and then as it progresses, more episodes and stuff like that, there'll be more interactions and more questions, because maybe the videos I make without you guys already answered them. So part 2 of the first part was about consent and about things you should and shouldn't talk about, things that you should do and shouldn't do as a person in a relationship or partnership. The reason why I think it's very important to learn about those kinds of things is because it's good communication wise, and it's not something that's not going to be useful. Like, it's going to be useful. It's going to be something that you're going to use with whoever you're with or whoever you're around, even family, friends, girlfriends, boyfriends, anybody. So I really think it's important that people know and that people get the answers, the hard hitting stuff. Yeah, like the president. Yeah, man. So anyways, into the video. The thing that I want everybody to know, that I want everybody to understand and everyone to get it through their head, is that just because something in the past was okay to talk about or okay, does not mean that it was or is okay to do now. So, example, if in the past it was okay to talk about like maybe your partner's dead relative or something, or a really bad part about their history, or maybe an ex or something, anything that can hurt them emotionally, make sure that you ask every time you want to talk about it. Make sure that you say, hey, is this okay to talk about right now? You can be together with this person, or you can be friends with this person for, who knows, like 5 years, 10 years. Sometimes things take a really long time to feel comfortable about. Where it depends, like I said, on the person. Every person's different. Every person, can maybe that one time that maybe they were thinking about it that day, and you bring it up and they're really upset. So you make sure you always ask before you introduce the subject, the topic, and action. And speaking of actions, actions are very important. You have to be ready to understand that just because you're with someone does not mean that you have full control of doing anything and everything you want with them. They are the final person to be like yes and no. Just because you're in a relationship with someone does not give you the permission or even the right to do anything with that person. It is always consensual. Whatever you do, whenever you do it, consent, consent, consent. I push it so hard because consent is the biggest thing. Whether that's your boyfriend, whether that's even your husband, whether that's your friend, your family, always communicate how uncomfortable or comfortable you are, how much space or how much, just communicate everything. It does not matter what it is about. It doesn't matter if it's even a good or a bad. It's just make sure you communicate, because the biggest things that happen, especially in relationships, is that you're going to feel uncomfortable but you don't say anything, and then bad things happen. So you always have to talk about it. Always be vocal about what you want and don't want. I think it was examples of things that are okay and not okay to do. It is not okay to pressure your partner to do anything sexual. It is not okay to pressure your partner to do anything that is unsafe, that is unhealthy, or that is dangerous, because of course you wouldn't want them to do that to you, and you would want them to support you and make sure you make the right decisions, to make sure that you're being in the best, safest possible state of mind, being place, all of it. And I keep saying partner because it's different relationships, but even friendships is very important. It's very, very important, because if it's, some people are go family, friendships, then, their partner, or sometimes it's partner, family, friends, or friends, family, partner. So it's you're very important in someone's scale. So if you're a friend, make sure that you are the person who stops any bad actions, especially when you're with them, from happening. Make sure you're that person who holds them together and says, listen, I think we shouldn't do this. I think you shouldn't do this. I'm not saying what to do with your life, but I'm saying I care about you. So make sure you don't do this, because you could, this and this and this could happen, you know? People call it a buzzkill. I call it someone who really cares about me if they're telling me all the things that could happen and all that stuff. Making sure that I'm okay. If it's something, you know, that I won't get in trouble or anything for, I'm fine. Relax. Another example about basically relationships in general is just being supportive about everything, even if it's something that you personally don't really agree with at the moment or understand at the moment. For example, sex, like just saying, like, if your partner says, oh, okay, I don't want to have, you know, I don't want to do whatever it is, be supportive. If you care for that person, or if you love that person, you will understand and have to be supportive. If you're not supportive, that's where the problem is. You have to understand where they're coming from. There could be a very legitimate reason why they say no, and there could also be a legitimate reason as to why they say yes. But you have to be supportive of all their decisions, especially about serious stuff like that. Making sure that making sure you ask them, but you don't pressure them to, you know, be in their face like, why not? Why not? Just making sure that they're okay, making sure that you are being supportive as possible. Support is all you need in a relationship. As long as communication is there, support is gonna be a great, you know, friendship, relationship, anything. Making sure that you're just being there for that person, whatever, you know, thing they decide to do. But making sure that it's a safe thing. I always stress safety, consent, communication. You have to have them. If you don't, it's gonna be a disaster. Because I've had many occasions where I personally didn't communicate, or I wasn't supportive, or I was really pushing people away. And that's going to be episode 2, is pushing people away. It's like, what does it mean? Why would it be happening? What can you do to stop it? Or what can you do to help someone who's doing that to you, what the signs are and stuff like that. So it's going to be about pushing people away. But realizing that it's not always going to be easy being in a relationship is probably my best advice towards the end of this video, is that it's never going to be easy. The job's never done. And you just have to really be mentally and emotionally open, no matter what it is, no matter who it's with or anything, because it's going to be crazy and it's going to be a roller coaster of emotions, no matter who you're with, friends, family, partner. So be open-minded, be open emotionally and mentally in all the ways that you should. And then also remember, life is key to a very successful day. Thank you guys for listening. Look for episode 2 very soon. And leave any comments down below about any subjects you want me to talk about, or any small kind of categories, like the parts that I've been doing that you guys may want to talk about or may want to explore more. So, bye guys.